Hi everyone, Julia here recording this October 7th, I think, but I know the year is 2023, and I'll try to keep my fingertip out of this video. Yeah man, we have to really work to get to that point where when all kinds of turmoil is going on around us, we can be the eye of the storm, the eye of the hurricane, and stay calm and just view it from all sides, from all angles, from 360 degrees, and view it objectively and start noting what the lessons are and everything that's going on, and know and trust that in the end it always works out, and it's all good. There's nothing to worry about. And if there's ever a time to focus on what you want, it's when things are just really going negative in your life, when it seems like Murphy's Law is playing out, when it rains it pours, one thing after another, and yeah, you really just have to trust during that time. Not just even trust, know. You just know it's going to be okay. Everything will work out. Everything is temporary. Even our existence here. And it's all lessons. And it's all helping our growth and evolution. So our consciousness has evolved to an even higher state than when we arrived in these avatars this time round. That's the objective. And the further up you go, the more magical you get, the more challenging the lessons get. But in the end, it's all good. It's nothing that, that can't be handled. And it'll pass. And while it's going on, you just have to stay objective and decipher through everything that's happening. Start figuring out what the lessons are. It's one of those things where, some of us never get the lessons, right? We have periods in our life where we're like that, and some people stay like that their entire lives. We don't even know this life's about lessons. And then we start figuring out, oh yeah, everything's lessons. And then we go through some catastrophe, and we have a horrible experience with it, and then we go back and look back on it after some time, and we're like, oh yeah, there's all the lessons that I learned from that experience. Yeah, it was really bad, but man, look what happened as a result of it, and all the things I learned. And then you can get to that next level, to where you don't have to suffer during the crisis, or you can keep your suffering to a minimum. And I don't even know if suffering is the correct word, but yeah, you can keep the negative aspects of whatever's going on to a minimum. So you can right then start looking at what the lessons are, of viewing it objectively, sorting through it, seeing where this situation, this incident, might steer your future, where things were headed one way. Now this thing happened. Oh, well, now things could head this way or that way. And then that's when you really have to focus on where you want them to head, instead of considering all these negative scenarios, the things that you worry might happen because of whatever situation. So you have to just put that worrying back. Every time you find yourself worrying, you have to flip the script and start focusing on how you want things to play out. And you just keep that in your imagination, put it out as your intention, feel how it's going to feel when you get there, make some steps toward it happening, and let it go. Get through your situation the best you can, as calmly as you can. Yeah, I mean, it's the best thing you can do. Just breathe, get through it, and know that things always work out. And somehow they do. And yeah, it just gets challenging. It's because you're an adept. When you're an adept in this challenge we call life, you have the high levels that you play the game on. And I think that's what goes on a lot of times, and we just get a lot of challenges thrown at us. And then there's other situations where maybe we're not getting a message, and so it just starts getting bombarded bigger and bigger. That's definitely what happened to me when I decided I was going to quit alcohol. But of course I didn't do it right away. But I kept having incidents happen that eventually pushed me there. And yeah, I think sometimes that's what goes on too. But again, you get to that point where when you're going through whatever crisis it is, you stay objective. You start observing from that point, not in hindsight, not after the fact. From that point, while you're going through the crisis, what are the lessons? How can this play out? How do I want it to play out? And then focus on how you want it to play out. So yeah, I think that's a really good place to be. I hope my finger hasn't been in this video. And I've kind of done that in some recent situations where I stayed real calm. In the past, that wouldn't have been the case. And then I've had situations where I wasn't so calm, but I think I was able to go back and look at the lesson way quicker than I would have in the past. So yeah, it's all progress. Sometimes we feel like we're taking, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, whatever. It doesn't matter. If we have the intention to grow and evolve and become love, it will eventually manifest. So thanks everyone for listening. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Remember to stay focused on what you want and help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.